Listen closely, because this story isn't about a man who stopped believing in God. It's about a man who believed, but couldn't wait. People in the town of Ajeromi knew Ethan as the patient one, or at least that's what they thought. Every morning before the sun rose, he knelt beside his worn wooden bed and whispered prayers that sounded almost holy. "Lord, I trust you, I'm waiting." But what his lips said and what his heart felt were not the same. Years had passed, doors refused to open. Friends he once prayed with were now celebrating breakthroughs he could only watch from a distance. Every testimony in church felt like salt on an open wound. And deep inside Ethan, a quiet clock was ticking. Too slow, too late. Then one night, when heaven was silent and his patience finally broke, Ethan made a decision that would change everything. And that decision came just days before God answered. If you've ever felt tired of waiting, stay with me. Ethan worked hard, honest work. Long days, empty pockets. Each evening he returned home exhausted, staring at the ceiling, wondering why obedience seemed to reward everyone else but him. He fasted, he served. He gave when he barely had enough, yet life remained stubborn. One evening at church, a visiting preacher spoke words that shook him. "Delay is not denial." The crowd shouted, "Amen." Ethan forced a smile. Inside, something snapped. After service, a man approached him. Well-dressed, calm, confident. He spoke softly, offering a shortcut disguised as wisdom. "Sometimes," the man said, "God helps those who help themselves." It sounded harmless, logical, necessary. Ethan wrestled with it, prayed about it, or at least tried to. But impatience had grown louder than prayer, so he crossed a line he once swore he never would. It wasn't loud rebellion, it was quiet compromise. A signature, a deal, a decision made in the dark. Almost immediately things changed. Money came fast. Doors opened suddenly. The same people who ignored him now sought his advice. His phone rang with opportunities. His life finally looked like the prayers he had been praying for years. Ethan smiled again, for real this time. This must be God, he told himself. But peace never followed. Each blessing carried a weight. Each victory came with unease. Sleep became difficult. Joy felt borrowed. Then, one Sunday morning, as Ethan sat in church counting his new successes, the preacher paused mid-sermon and said something that froze him. "Some of you stepped ahead of God and arrived at the right place the wrong way." Ethan's chest tightened. That same week, something unexpected happened. A letter arrived, an offer he had once prayed for, cried for, begged for, years ago. It came now, stamped and approved, carrying the very promise God had whispered to him in his waiting season. But the timing was cruel, because Ethan could not accept it. The path he chose had locked him out of the promise he was meant to enjoy freely. And just as regret settled deep in his bones, heaven spoke again. Not with punishment, but with mercy. God offered him a second chance. Yet this time, the blessing would not come without scars. If you don't want to miss how Ethan's second chance unfolded, and the price impatience made him pay, pause here for a moment. To not miss any of our superb stories, like and subscribe, and stay with us till the end. When Ethan knelt again to pray, the room felt different. Heavy, honest. There were no fancy words this time. Just tears. "Lord, I rushed you." The answer came, not as thunder, but as truth. You will keep the blessing, but you will also carry the consequences. Restoration came, but slowly. Trust had to be rebuilt. Relationships strained by his shortcuts needed healing. Opportunities once easy now required double effort. His name, once questioned, had to be proven again. The blessing remained, but so did the lesson. Ethan prospered, but without pride. He smiled, but with humility. He succeeded, but never forgot the nights impatience almost ruined him. And whenever someone asked him how he made it, he answered quietly, "I got what I wanted, just not the way I was meant to." Because blessings rushed are often blessings carried with weight. And waiting, though painful, protects the joy God intends. If this story touched your heart, remember, God is never late. But impatience can make us early, and early can be costly.